What is up guys, Nero here from Nero MMA, and in this week's technique video, we're gonna be breaking down the rear uppercut. Let's start getting into how you can start throwing the rear uppercut with power, speed, and efficiency. Get into a nice, comfortable fighting stance. I like to say, keep your weight distributed around 50-50 on both legs so that you can move and so that you have balance when you're throwing your shots. The uppercut is basically a hook, but it's traveling upward and hitting the opponent. Instead of hitting the opponent at the side of the jawline, you're aiming for coming up underneath and connecting to the chin. Now the way that you throw the uppercut is dipping down just a little. I turn my body, turn my hip, get up on the ball of my back foot so that I have my full body behind it. Then my fist travels upward diagonally, ideally between the opponent's guard, splitting the guard, connecting underneath the chin of the opponent. And this is what it looks like when you throw the uppercuts on a bag. What's so good about the uppercut is that you can really use it from any distance. I have to adapt the way that I throw my shots according to where my opponent is, all right? So I got the bag here in front of me. I dip my hand slightly, I turn my hip, and I rip my uppercut into the bag. And that is typically the way that I throw uppercuts when I'm fighting at long distance or a medium distance. But sometimes in fights, you end up really close to each other, like face to face in fighting. And from there, it's basically the same thing, but the angle is a bit different. And you don't make it as wide or as looping as you would if you're at a further distance like that. So if I'm in close with my opponent, if we're standing face to face and toe to toe, everything has to be nice and tight, because in here, if I do this and I drop my hand, boom, he can counter me with a left hook. I get knocked out, I get embarrassed, I go home crying, mom cries, everyone cries. So if I'm in close, the way that I throw it is just a nice, short little, like that. Hand dips down a bit. And one thing that's so good about the uppercut is, as I said before, you can use it from any distance. That means in a fight, in a punching exchange, you can be at a long distance, throwing straight shots, and then if you guys get too close, you can still throw the uppercut and land it. Alright guys, that was my uppercut breakdown. How I teach and how I throw the uppercut in sparring, on the bag, on the pads, and how I throw the uppercut in fights. If you enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up. Leave a comment in the box below if this is something that you're going to start working on, or if you have any questions whatsoever about the technique. I'll make sure to answer all of them. Until next week, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you soon again.